I worked on this car just recently, put in the alternator. And we're back again. So first I'm going to do a load test on this battery. This is just a fairly cheap tool, but just show you. First, let me start with showing you what it sounds like. So we get here, key fob's not working. Hers really never works anyway. I said when we first did this, I thought she probably had a battery issue. She just got this battery though. So either way, lights, everything's working. And it's very odd. So if you watch it, just a click, barely a click. It's not tons of juice. Make sure all the power's off in here. All right. We'll turn this power off. We don't want any power on. Now, it was getting really hot last time. So the battery terminal positive is a terminal 30 issue. So here we go. We just, like I said, start just a click. So we don't get any power, but let me go ahead and we'll shut this door. We'll try to pull a load test on it real quick. Try to check this load on this battery before we do anything else. So I'm gonna hook this up here. We're going to hook up. This is called a load tester. So this is basically how to check a load on the vehicle. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but I'll make it happen. So we're gonna go ahead and put the negative and the positive on here. Make sure we're not arcing on anything, and we're gonna pull the load. So this is what we're looking at now. So far we're looking pretty good, right? Pull the load. All right, there you go. It's taking a load. Very odd. So last time the starter wire was getting real hot itself too. So could just be a starter locked up, but it sounds very odd to me. Charging system seems like it's not really that bad, but then again, it's hard to say. I remember this battery is in the car when I'm testing it, but like I said, that didn't test real great, but it didn't test real bad. Careful with these, they get hot in the back. I'm gonna set it down. It's like pulling a load on the car that does. Now, next thing, we're gonna put on this jump start box, and we're going to jump it over, kick it over here, see what we can do with that. So we're going to plug this box up next. Another Harbor Freight item, by the way. Stuff like I said, I do enjoy getting from Harbor Freight. Let's go ahead and get this guy on here, and we'll try to see if we can't fire it up to jump start and see if that's an issue. Last time, I mean, that was not really the concern. This thing was getting really hot last time, so this wire right here, and down all the way to the starter, we were having issues, but the oil filter was acting up. So let's go ahead and get power to the car. Now we got full power, and it should hopefully kick over. If not, then we got a real funny issue going on. Probably could be a starter. I just don't know if I think it's a starter yet. Let's see. Key in. I got nothing at all. Nothing but a click. So we go check for the starter problems. One way to do that is to get this thing out of the park position, which is going to be hard. There we go. Try to roll it off this. The reason I do that, roll it back off this gravity point, which is odd. We still got nothing. So now we got several problems here. See if we can get this fired now. Still got nothing. So definitely got power. It's not the battery. So very, very strange. Got to be a bad starter then, or something going to the starter. I mean, that has got plenty of juice going to that battery. So we can roll that out. Definitely can roll that out. So it's not the battery, which I was thinking it was. Very odd. So yeah, this last time we just wouldn't start. So now I rolled it back. Bet you that cylinder and that starter's probably going bad. It was locking up on it last time on me. I'm gonna get something. We'll give it a few whacks. So we can roll out the battery now. Battery should be good. Sorry about that. Get in here and we'll check down here. Get the other light. Wrong one. All right. And where is the starter on this guy hiding? It's right up in here. A real funny spot. Leave it right underneath there. This Malibu on the very bottom. Really, really tight area. But this is the actual wire that runs to it. So this is the main wire to the starter. And give it a little jiggle. I guess if I can get in there to it. Way over there, right underneath where that oil was coming out last time. Let's wiggle the wire a little bit, see if we can get any difference in that start. Then we're gonna go get something and tap on it. But again, the starter's probably gone. Need to make sure, sorry, somebody's calling. Need to make sure it's not a key issue. That's what I'm kind of concerned about. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about. Let's get something to tap on that starter with and see if we can't kick it over. But I will say this. This happens quite a bit on these cars. But hurt. See, last time, I don't know if you saw the other videos, I actually thought it was something going on with the starter. I said we may need to go ahead and just do it, but I don't like to do stuff till it's broke. And It's work about a month. So, but I think that starter was putting out too much output, and creating issues, especially with the oil dripping down there. Chevy Malibu's gotta love it. It's an LT. It's an LTZ maybe. I think it's an LT though, but crappy car. Yeah, hey, they got problems with them a lot. I didn't know that. We're gonna try to tap on that. Try to tap on that battery and see what we can do. If I can wiggle underneath there, but just in case, I'm gonna get something to hit it with because I don't know how easy this is gonna be to reach. But we're gonna have to get this diagnosed one time, the first time, and get it done properly. So either way, it won't be too bad. Hopefully, hang tight. Get up in here, get something to beat this thing with. You don't want to beat it too hard. You gotta be able to get to it, and that's a hard spot. So we're gonna get a crowbar and we're gonna go to town on this guy. We can kick it over. It's so strange. This last time this happened, she's had no problems for over a month. The oil dripping down there could have messed it up, possibly. Hate to have to jack it up. Hopefully we won't have to. I don't know. It's gonna be a tight squeeze on his car. You know, with that starter ass way down there and in there. But as I get up here in the light, I'll be able to see the screen. I can't see anything you guys are saying right now. All right. ESC keeps going off. Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, brother. ESC on a vehicle. If I can get down there to it right here, I might be able to reach in there and tap it and see if I can give it a shot at least. So hard to get down behind that intake manifold. Real effed up spot to put them on these cars. I hate it. Jiggle the wire a little bit would be helpful. I can't quite get in there. Let's try the other side. Or at least I'm trying to move the wires around a little bit too. Is all. Let's see if I can get down this way. All right. Hopefully we made some contact. So I can get up underneath here. On the bottom side, take a peek if I can get to it a little easier this way either. I don't think I can, but I think I can get hands on it at least. Let's see. Where's that guy's at? It's right up in that real messed up area. Hang on, let's let it go as I'm coming. There we go. There's the start of water, I believe. Let's see the starter. I ain't trying to get that good, but yeah, I can do that. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't get to that goddamn thing down here. I'm a pain in the ass. The good news is I may find my bolt this time when I'm out here. Like last time, my bolt got lost in this car and I never got it back. So maybe to get it out of there this time with the first set of eyes. That was one of the few sockets I really regretted losing. I can't really get in there to it, so let me see if I can do one more thing. But I may start. I may have already hit it hard enough, but I would like to get a better tap if I can. So either way, I'm gonna put the computer on here in a second. Okay, if I can see it this way. Really, you can just pull this stuff off of here, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm gonna see if I can get it to crank over. Either way, so what I'm gonna do. Make life easy, so should just done this to begin with. Let me go get my bag of tools. Go get the air intake out the way, and we'll be able to make contact with it. But I need to be able to check it anyway. So take the air intake off, move it up out of there. You got plenty of room to access what you need. Let's get my computer while we're here too. Probably gonna need it. All right, well, go ahead and get the cheap one for now. Cheap computer. We don't gonna be need to doing too much with that right now. We'll get this and we'll go ahead and put my money on the starter though. What do you think? Possibly. Over here, got my computer. Got my little bag of tools. Hopefully I can zip this air intake box off and I'll be able to crank it over. This car, I think one of the wires is touching to that starter is what I think is the issue. We will find out here in 1 second. So, there, I got my tools. Let's go ahead and first things first, we'll get this boot off. All right, turned off for now. This is the best way to do this, guys. So we'll go ahead and we'll zip this guy right here. Telling Bryce, no, not again. Stealing Bryce, I like that. That's funny though. That was a funny comment. How do you know I've done that before? Alright, then what size is this guy? Here we go. Second attempt. We got our little Icon 9mm. Got him on sale the other day. One thing I do love from Harbor Freight is their Icon tools. Alright, we're going to zip this guy off. Bada bing, bada boom. Get this out of my way. That way we can work. Of course, that's just hanging here. We got this guy out the way. We're good to go. That just hooks underneath there. I worked on this car before, so believe me, I know. And that's how quick we can access things. A lot easier, huh? Alright, so right up in there. This was loose last time. Dripping around on her starter, which is way up in here. It's a real weird spot. Right there. Do you see it? So if you can see it, right up in through there is where her starter is, and right through here. So I was a little bit further back than I should have been. And a little further up. It was further back. I just can't recall. Alright, here we go. You see it right there? There you go. We can give it a few whacks. It does look like a junkyard starter, maybe. You can see the rain on it, so who knows? That could be the whole issue. Right there. So let's go ahead and try to make it happen. Alright, give it some wax on the top, and that's why I went through here. We're gonna go ahead and guide it through there, actually. Alright, let me see if I can see where it went again. Okay, there she goes. Let me try to hit it like that. You ready? Let's see if we can engage the starter. And you just kick it free. Sounds like it's stuck. Sounds like it's stuck. Usually it's better to do while you're in the car, but you know, don't have to. As long as you smack it, you're good. So. Usually when you move it like that, like I did a second ago, it'll kick it off the gravity point. Let's see if anything to do with this guy. We're gonna move some of these wires around too. I think that's probably gonna be the problem. Let's see in a second. Or security, so I don't want to beat on it too bad. Just gonna have to kick it free, but it's real hard to get to the right area. I need to hit still in the right area. The wire's pinched in here. That would definitely create it too. All right, let's just see here if we can kick it over now. All right, let's see. So back to the start. See if we can kick it over. Whew, hot as fire out here. Again, she goes me during the hottest weather. I swear, every time. Let's see here. Nothing. Oh, I know, I do talk a lot. But nope, we got nothing. So, what do you guys think's going on here? Huh? Any suggestions? If you got a suggestion, let me know. If not, I'm gonna have to go with my gut and say, hey, bad starter. But mind blowing. Starter motor, yeah, pretty sure that's going to be the case. But, you know, last time when it came out here, this was definitely getting, so the wire from the starter was getting so hot. Yeah, so I've checked the battery, it's good. I tried to put juice on, it's good. Tried to whack the starter, we got nothing. Tried to move the starter back in neutral off the gravity point, nothing. So, this is a problem. It just came out here on the other videos. I had to replace this alternator a month ago. The starter was putting off really high heat. The main battery wire going to it. And see, you can kick it off the gravity point one more time, but to do that, let me show you. Put this in here, kick it back into neutral position. Sometimes, you know, you go like that real hard, you can free that starter like that too. Got nothing there still, so it's so weird. You hear it click too and I move it back. It's almost like this motor's stuck. So, let me tell you this, that doesn't seem right to me. And another problem is this with this car. The doors right here, have a lock problem with it. So, I don't want it to be a security problem. That would be crazy. I'm going to get my other computer on there. Probably is what I'm going to have to do. And I'm going to have to get on there and just be able to whack it. I just can't quite get to it or hit it hard enough. That's the problem with where it's at. Is there a better spot over here? I'm just checking. See if I can get to it right there and get to a good whack on it. I just can't quite get there. I can't quite reach it either. Let me peek underneath here again and see if I can get a better hit from the bottom this time. I mean, yesterday. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. Doesn't sound like it. Definitely does, but it's like a weird click. It's not a real heavy duty click, you know. So let me get up in here so I can get my hands on the starter a little better. Can y'all see? Right there, I can't see from the bottom. That's the problem I had last time. Squeeze my big head in here. I'm gonna get my head stuck. Right there, is that it? I think it's right there, isn't it? Is that the starter wire? That is it, isn't it? And here is one of the wires that goes to the starter, and this is the starter. Up in here. Now the problem is these wires are kind of not in the best position. So if I can get my hand up in there all the way. Here we are. I got my hands on it. Back behind it, there is the main wire going to it. See, there's another wire. You're not real tight, I will say that. But where is the starter? Am I just not on the right location? I'll jack this damn car up. It's so annoying to have to do that right now. My hand's dirty. That's the oil filter. Right behind the oil filter. I said over here more. Am I off? No, I can't see, guys. Can y'all see? Let's see. I won't put you on anything. Tell me what you see. Let's see. Here's the video. How use you guys to find the starter? Y'all see the starter? What y'all talking about? So. Wiggle up in here. If I can get my head back here more, I can probably see it easier. So I get a hair of room. I can't quite make that room is all. There, the wire's going through it. I'm just kind of in a jacked up spot down here. I hate it. So, I'm trying doing this the lazy way right now. I know, but my hands are dirty for nothing. I can't even get to it. I'll have to jack this stupid car in there. It's stupid. Oh well, let's do what you gotta do. I'm not doing that right this second though. Okay. So, what a pain. I can't quite get down there to it. But try from the top a few more times. You don't gotta know nothing. You don't gotta know nothing sometimes to fix something. That on the car. You gotta use your head though. That's it. How many things you need to start a car? It could be a locomotive, but I think it's not getting the power to the starter. Maybe the wire. I don't know. Same issue was happening last time with this guy. Can't really get a good whack. That's the problem. To where it's in there. Hopefully that frees it up. Maybe that'll free it up. Let's give it some juice while we do it this time. And if that don't work, you know what? Whew. We'll try something else here. So positive, negative. I'm gonna give it one more boost while we do it. Make sure we got enough power though. Just make sure we got power too. For me, it feels like it's kind of weak. You know, it really does. Grab the keys, that would be helpful. So, I don't know. Kind of crazy. But, I got nothing. Definitely got enough power going to it, I would say that. It's got to be a bad starter. Blows my mind. Alright. So, it's got to be. The problem is I don't want to be wrong. It's diagnostics. It would not be good. So, I'm going to have to just get in there and I can feed it power. But really, I'm going to find the starter relay. That would be helpful too. I do know that. That would be very helpful. Alright, make sure you didn't pop a fuse, but I can hear it clicking, so I know I got power going to it. I really don't need to check those because, like I said, if you got power going through it, you're good. These are labeled, which is good. So, start is 31. It's a micro relay, which is, I hate those people. 31 is a starter relay. That's a micro. 31. Let's see, where is the Just check them real quick. I'm gonna try one thing. If I do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. So we'll go ahead and pull out. We have the number. I can't see them. There's not even written on here. It's kind of stupid how they do that. I don't hate that anymore or anything. 31 is going to be this guy right here. I believe that is the starter relay. Let's see. No, that is, where's it at? Hang on. Bear with me here. Mini relays. 31 is start, run, crank. So 31 is guys. Just check them out here. Go ahead and we'll just swap them over. I'm pretty sure we're good on that though. It should not make a difference. It looks a little funny, so I don't want to say for the shirt. We're going to switch these two over. Is all we're going to do right now. See what happens here. It can't hurt. We're going to swap that with 34, which is AC clutch. So just always remember when you swap a relay to put it back in the right position. Make sure they're the same numbers, which they're actually not. So I got to be careful. I can't do those two. If you pay attention to what I just did, that could have been bad. The only thing is, you got to make sure when you're doing this and doing videos, you don't want to put the relays in the wrong spot. That ain't going to work on that one. That's the wrong relay. So this guy's the same though. So 8567, 8385. So 8385 right up here. We got the same relay right here. We're going to swap these two, okay? And this one right here goes to, let's see. Yeah, so that should be like the low beam or something. It's fine. We'll switch this guy down here and we'll try it like this one. These are at least the same relays. You know. So I think it goes like this, I believe, if I could read correctly. And this one got to go around this way like that one, like that. So we'll give it a try now, see if that helps at all. But I'm pretty sure it's not the relay. You can just tell usually. ETC, ignition, number 3. 3. These aren't labeled either. That's always fun, you know. Tag on it. 3 is going to be back here, and it's going to be a 10 amp, I believe, right? Back behind 34. Let me just check this guy out and just see. It looks good though. So look at it here. I got. Hang on a second. Mix this gang up here. Damn it. Back in the same damn hole. Like I'm doing. All right, let me just check one more relay. Very hard to do this one-handed. Then I'm gonna get moving. I got a bunch of jobs today. They all look good, so heck with it. Try this right. I might not be in that. I may go on that one hole down. Let's see. Did I mess it up? Right next to that screw, we got 2 of them. So we do. That is 4 is the trans. 5 is injectors and all that. I'm messing with. We need all this. This is crazy. Which one don't we have over here? Had the whole kit. Ignition is number 3. That was the one up front, so it's got to be in there. Got to have ignition in there. So either way, very odd. So pop one in the wrong spot with that 10 amp over there. Let's see. That is number. Oh, here we go. I see which one it is. It is number. That is number 6. 5, 6. 6 is what? Emissions. Let's double check. Usually you can always tell when these come out because you can see and down in the hole. If you look real quick. Let's see. They all have a home. That one's missing one there, so that doesn't probably have one in there. Can you see? There is no spot for it. So I had it right. Just want to make sure. You always want to make sure you got it right. You have major issues. So for some reason, I don't understand that. But that is not in there. So that is going to be. That is number 3, which is ignition 1. So that's very odd. Maybe she is missing some type of, fuse too. I've never seen nothing like that. Let's just try to crank it one more time. Very odd. So. I don't know. But it's hotter than Hades. It's not starting. So. I've already placed the, we got good power. Just starter is not kicking over. So, once the motor's locked, which I doubt it, we got a problem with starting. So, what I'm going to have to do is this. Just swap that relay. That relay is definitely good. I just can't do it so much. And I know the relays are working because I can hear it going down the starter. So, I do know that starter wire got so hot last time. It was overheating. Probably a bad starter. I'm almost 1,000% starter motor's gone. Which is kind of crazy. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because like I said, all it takes is a loose connection somewhere. That's it. We'll do it. This box is in not the best shape. I had to take this whole box up last time. I cleaned it out. It's just a lot of stuff here that could go wrong. Doing a diagnostics. So I'm going to probably have to get it up there and feed that starter down there. Power. Yeah, I did. I moved it into... see, so the reason I'm rolling out neutral safety switch is because I moved it back into the neutral position, and I can hear the starter clicking. So I'm going to roll all this out right now. I'm going to have to get the jack out and all that fun stuff. Jack up one side. What I'm going to actually do is try to feed that starter power. Very well, it's a bad starter. I really shouldn't even, I don't even need to do that because I know it's a bad starter, but I would like to, you know what, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to go in and replace the starter. That's what it is. You know, I can do it when I get under there and do the starter because I know it's a starter. Last time the starter was getting too hot. There's no need for me to crawl underneath there and do it. One of those deals where wasting more time rolling around underneath the car for no reason, you know. The last time I worked on this car, the starter was getting so hot, I have a feeling it was going to go any second. I believe I told her that. So this will probably fix everything. I believe the starter was starting to go bad last time. So I think it's just finally completely shot. Just how it was failing is telling me 1,000%. I don't need to continue the diagnostics. I already know. I would get under there with the power probe normally and do all that cool stuff, but I don't need to do that because I already know it's a bad starter. 1,000% on this car. So, starter. Don't need to do any further diagnostics. I would, like if I didn't know that from last time, that's what I would do. But since I do know that, there's no point. I can try to give it a few more good whacks, but it ain't gonna matter. The reason I know it's the best starter, like I said, there's a wire that runs right here. Yeah, exactly. If I'm gonna jacket him and crawl under there, I might as well have the damn starter, right? So I gotta come back and put it on anyway. Right? It makes perfect sense. And I do gotta do it anyway. So this is the thing. This is what's going on. So if I didn't know that was a starter, if I didn't already know it was a starter, yeah, I would want to do all that stuff. But since the last time I just worked on this car and I put the alternator in, I redid all the wiring, I know it's good. The only problem I had was that I didn't put the oil cap on, the oil filter on nice. It was loose. It was dripping oil all down the starter. And that's where the wires were at. And like I said, the one hot wire right here that runs up here, you see it? Runs right here, this wire. It's a main wire. I can actually probably feed him power if I wanted to. But there's no point, like I said. I'm just going to put it on, sorry. Right there, that main power wire goes to the starter. That was definitely getting super hot, putting out massive amounts of heat to this right here. And that's why I did the alternator. I had a terminal 30 problem as well. But I will hook the computer up just for shits and giggles, you know. But if I can give a couple more gentle whacks. I hate whacking on starters too much because, like I said, I already know it is. But it can't hurt. Just see if I can free it. But the motor is completely gone in that starter. I know it is. So no need to continue that diagnostics. I guarantee you that's the case. So I'm going to just plug on my cheap computer. I don't need to go too far, like I said. If there's no code, then guess what? I can 1,000% say it's a starter. But good battery, so good battery. I know that. I checked the load on the battery, good load. The battery's holding a good load. That's good. And the alternator is brand new. So there's really not too much else in the charging system other than the SAR that I haven't done on this car. So put the key in. Where is the key? My back pocket, of course, got to get up. We'll try it again. And I'll come back here and you'll get to see the actual starter repair at some point in time. I'm going to need a day or so to do it. Poor lady. I know she wants her car back, but I'm not a magician. I did tell her last time, too, if you had any more issues, it'd be her starter. So the crazy part is, yeah, I know, because the oil filter is right above and it drips down. It's so stupid. Craziest thing is this. So I told her last time when I did it, I'll probably be back for the starter here soon. I just remembered when I was in there. You can see my hand, I touched all over it. It's not as bad as I thought, but yeah, no codes. Check this out. And this is after I worked on it. Got 0 codes. That's why I didn't bother. Last time I had a whole bunch of codes. We got 0 codes. So that right there tells me start. See, we'll even do, this is just my cheap computer. I don't want to use the Maxi right now. I was going to, but no need. Let's do a Chevy enhanced scan. It's so hot in this car, I'm gonna die. It really is. It is hot. I'm gonna do an enhanced scan of it, but yep. So here we go. Yeah, generator error terminal circuit. This is the same code I was having issues with last time. And guess what? That's the one that goes from the alternator to the starter, vice versa, back to the battery. And if you look at my other video, you can see how I went ahead and diagnosed this. I wasn't rolling out the starter though. I figured it may be an issue. So what happens is, yeah, it's not going to kick over. It just doesn't like me. Now, see what I did last time? Now, I'm not clearing anything because I have my nice Auto computer I'll be getting on there next. But I did mention to her last time. I said, yeah, you're probably going to need a starter here soon. And sure enough, she does. Yep, going to need a starter. So, and either way, I'll get all the wiring straight when I'm down there. Starter was in bad shape. Junkyard starter. I'm doing it anyway, so no need to complicate the diagnostics process since I'm coming back. It will start when I'm done, and the only thing I could possibly be, other than this, it would be a locked up motor. So, but it's not a locked up motor because she's got these 0 codes, and the battery hasn't been unhooked. So, bada bing, bada boom, that's how you do this one. I'll be back to rock that out. Pretty easy starter. It's right there. And, yep. Yeah, I did the alternator, brother, last time already. So, alternator's done. Got all that shit situated. We just never did start. That's because it was working, but it was acting really weird. You know, one of those things where I probably should have just did it. So either way, that's the wrap. And I'll tell you something else too. I don't know why they put this. Okay, yeah, check it out later. It will work, I promise, because the motor is not locked on this one. I guarantee you. Think I knew. What was I gonna say? Damn. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say something funny, but never mind. I forgot. I can't say that right now. But I gotta go do some tour breaks, a couple of little jobs people waiting on me from. Lady's about to go to Africa. She wants me to do a break before she goes. Isn't that kind of strange? On the next job, so I told her I'd come by and get her done for her. Gotta go to Dallas Airport. So, yeah, but I do hate these boxes. It's such a pain. Never understood why they do it like this. I mean, they really are a difficult thing here, these boxes. I can't figure out how the damn thing goes back in. I'm just going to stick it in the back of the car for now. Look at this stupid design. Who puts a box like this in a car? So the only thing that does make me nervous is with the doors. The doors, because of having this issue with the locks and stuff. I think this thing will work sometimes. It makes me worry. This could be causing some issues. But, you know, I don't have any codes for security or nothing, so pull that out. That's not going to make it do that. So either way, catch me on the next one. That's kind of how you do a little diagnostics. Now, if I didn't, no, you probably should do more thorough diagnostics, but, you know, if you hadn't already looked at it, I would have crawled underneath there and feed it some power, you know, all that good stuff. But really, you could probably feed that wire right there. When I come back and do it with the starter, I may show y'all how to feed it with the power probe if y'all want to. Leave in the comments if you'd like to see that. If not, cool, I won't do it. So, even better for me. But we are done, and I will be back. Back again with the Malibu, of course. But we'll get it done here soon. And see you on the next one later.